Welcome back, guys. This is Patrick Roberts in a Momentous Building, and today we got a little project for you. We are actually going to be replacing the two windows up there on top. One of those larger windows, but over here we're going to be putting in a picture frame window, really nice and big, let a lot of light in, give that fresh air because it's on a staircase. It's really not operable. It's about 7 or 8 feet up off that landing. So by putting a picture frame in, we clean up the design, we let in a lot more light, and there's really not a need for the double hung. We save a little bit of money not having the double hung. Better insulated as there's not two sashes and moving parts. Benefits over there. The second window is actually in a bathroom. It's old, it's not really working too well. It's a vinyl framed window. Those things tend to go bad faster. So we're gonna put in some nice Anderson wood right windows, which are really high quality. Great windows, great thermal protection, great durability, wood on the inside, and that way you get a nice finish on the inside. It looks really beautiful. Cool thing is also these windows had a 4 to 6 week lead time. Other 400 series Anderson windows and even Marvin, they're still at the 8, 12, maybe even 16 depending on which colors you go with. So this allowed us to start the project sooner and faster. We're in the spring right now. It's March. Today it's about 35 degrees out right now, but it's going to get up to 50 by the time we start taking these windows off. Beautiful day. As you can see, the sun's out. Let's dive right in and get into it. We're going to get started by taking off the shutters, taking off the trim and kind of deconstructing it, and then we're going to build a new window pane, seal it all up, and then put in the new window. So stay tuned as we're going to shoot this and get you guys going and show you how we do some window replacements.
Edit.
All right, so we took out the other windows. Right now we're gonna go and install the new picture frame window. It's gonna be a big, nice opening, really transform the space. The guys are setting up the ladders right now. They're gonna throw the window in. I'm actually gonna be on the inside, the catcher, to make sure everything goes right on the inside, doesn't fall in, set the flanges right, and go from there. Come check it out. All right, so the window is set. Put that one in. Right now it's just temporary in there. We got to cut back some of the siding, get the trim ready, do the flashing, do the adhesives, do the waterproofing, everything that's required. But for now, we're on the tail end, and now it's time to clean it up, make it look beautiful. All right, top of the morning, it's day 2. Yesterday we got that big picture window installed. It was awesome seeing it during the day with the sun coming in. It's gonna be another beautiful day out, so we're gonna get that final vision of what this staircase is gonna look like after we put this beautiful, beautiful window in. It's about 5 feet tall and almost 3 feet wide, so tons of light gonna go into there. And in the morning, that the house doesn't get hit with the sun, but as the day goes on, the sun's gonna come in. It's really gonna hit that staircase. It's gonna go through the window, and it's gonna be a transformation. So what do we have going on today? So today we're gonna finish waterproofing the exterior, the joints and everything. Yesterday we set the window, we cut back the siding for the right amount to make sure we can get the matching trim on there. On the inside, we got the window is a little bit wider because Anderson 400 series the Woodwrights don't have custom sizes, and also the lead times are much better here. So the right job was to buy a window and it fits in the framing. We just have to adjust the interior moldings, which we'll show you with the moldings off on the inside, and we're gonna rebuild this whole thing. There's a skirt board underneath the window sill on the interior that is an old home product. So this home is in Katonah, New York. So basically all the homes here are 50, 60, 70, 80, some are even over 100 years old. So a lot of the woodworking, when we have to go back and match these things, we either have to use products that closely match it or don't match at all. The third option is we custom mill it, and that's what we're gonna do here today. We're gonna custom make the bottom skirt board, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute, and we'll go from there. So another big day here. We're gonna finish this thing off. Here we go. All right, so we got the skirt board right here, and as you can see, it's actually finished on 3 sides, and then the windowsill comes right here. So this profile is extremely challenging to make, so we're gonna have some fun making it. But luckily our master carpenter David, he's also an amazing woodworker, so he's gonna be able to remake this skirt board molding, because it is not something you can buy in a lumber yard. We've even looked online for other sources of custom manufacturers. So that's one piece, and let's go check out inside what the interior looks like right now. We're recreating the interior millwork, so using those casings and kind of building it back, recreating what was there, because a lot of what we do here is older homes, and it's very, very important to keep that historic feeling. So that's what we're doing on this house. All right, so we did it pretty darn good, as you can see right there, of matching the existing with a brand new custom milled piece. So that's how we do it. We took, you know, molding that is basically 60, 70 years old. We recreated it in a brand new piece of wood for this window. Our guys are extremely talented. David is a master carpenter. Quite frankly, that's millwork quality right there. So let's see what we got going on and where this is going. All right, so we're inside the house. We're at day 3 right now. On day 2, we actually installed all the molding that was existing, except for this bottom piece, this bottom trim board. So right now what needs to happen is that yesterday we actually custom made the molding for the bottom to match it. And now we can install that piece. And as you can see, it's gonna match the exact same design as that bottom skirt board down there. And that's the piece that's going in right there. So we really transformed this room by putting this brand new big window in, getting rid of that double hung and opening it up. It's been a little bit of a process working in an older home. The window frame wasn't, the rough end wasn't level, or wasn't straight, wasn't plumb. These different things, but having a talented team and a team that doesn't give up, that's the biggest blessing we could ever have, and that's how we get these jobs done. So, as you can see, this space has been completely transformed, letting in a lot of light. You should see it on a day when the sun is out. What's going on, family? We're back here painting today, closing out this job. We're gonna get it all done today. We have a few items we're gonna take care of. I'm gonna show you what we got going on. Technically today's the 4th day of construction. Ran into some custom molding work, a little opening work, so project got extended by a day, but it's okay because we've actually made this a lot better than it was previously, taking care of it. Information was conveyed correctly to the homeowner to set the right expectations so this isn't blown out of the water. And we did it in a way where I personally believe, and I think the homeowner agrees, that we built a lot of trust in doing the right thing, and that's what we always pride to do. So let's go over what we've done so far before we close out this job. We took out a large window on a 2nd floor on a staircase. We put a brand new one in, an Anderson 400 Woodwright series. Beautiful. It's a picture frame window, so what that means, it's non-operable, and it actually brings in tons and tons of light into this staircase and really transforms it. In fact, the owner is thinking about getting a new chandelier because it takes away from the awe of that window being there on a nice afternoon, that sun popping in. And then with that, we had to do the exterior casing. We had to replace some siding below it. On the inside, we had to do some custom molding. So what does that mean? We are working on a house that is 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. I can't put a number on the exact date of these moldings, but long story short is they don't make these moldings anymore. So we had our carpenter, who is also a very, very skilled mill worker. One of the beauties about having an amazing team, he was able to custom match the profiles perfectly, so that way we can install these new moldings for the new window size. It's a, ½ inch bigger, but it makes a difference, and we can match the existing window that is right below it so it looks seamless. It's gonna come out beautiful. Once we get it painted, you guys, this afternoon, I'll do another video and you guys are gonna see how close, but how also amazing it came out. So on the exterior over here, we have to paint this siding. That bottom strip right there, we had to replace that siding on the bottom. As you can see, that little brown spot. And then so we're gonna paint that. Oh, another thing we did on this project, we put all new shutter stays on there, so that way the shutters don't blow open during the storms. There was existing concealed shutter stays, but over 40 years they became dilapidated. The metal kind of wore out, so they started blowing around in the storms. So we wanted to put brand new 16 on there. Not a ton of work, but it definitely dressed up the situation, solved the issue, and looks beautiful now. I can actually show you guys what that looks like. We walk over to here. This one, we had to do a little custom work for the dryer vent, so that way it goes in there. But as you can see, the shutter stay is there, and that's the clip. Not challenging. We had to make a little block for this one, so that way the vent goes all the way in, and then that stays like that. Now let's go inside. Okay, inside the home now. We got everything nice and protected. Floors, this is our area of work. Right now he's prepping up the moldings for new paint. One of the things we did on the inside, this was added on during the job, is we extended the door. So the door was hanging off the floor about 1.5 inches, creating a really bad look for it. So what we did is we actually extended the door, extended the moldings down, so now it has a nice seamless gap, that nice 3/8 line, where it's just enough for expansion contraction, lets air flow through there, but doesn't look crazy. So what does that look like? We put in a piece of solid pine to match the existing, and we did this with dados. So dados are basically a wood rod, 1 inch long, 1.5 inches long. and half of it goes into the door in this case, the other half goes into the actual block that we made on the bottom. And what this does is once we glue it, we compress it and it clamps it down and it really bonds it together, so that way through expansion and contraction it's not going anywhere. We did one I believe every 6 inches, so that piece of wood is not going anywhere. Over the years it won't crack. We match the grain direction. It's going to come out beautiful once we get this painted. And as you can see, that gap in the bottom is seamless. So that's one of the painting projects. We're also going to repaint this entire wall because going through the work took some damage getting the ladders up there. As you can see, that bottom piece of molding right there matches that bottom piece of molding, so everything is going to be perfect. Stay tuned. We're going to get this thing painted up, do a final walkthrough, and we're going to close out this job with a win. Alright guys, so we finished up today. Really came out nice. Alright family, it's the end of day 4. We finished up the project. The painting looks amazing. I'm going to show you guys, but basically what we took care of today, we did that extra door work we showed a little bit earlier. We repainted this wall. The owner wanted to change the wall color. It's not too different than the other wall colors, but it's a nice accent. Honestly, I didn't know what it was going to look like before we started painting it, but right now looking at it, it is gorgeous. So with that being said, this project was really exciting. We replaced this big giant window, put in a picture frame window. It was that double hung. The one thing that I have to touch on that, you know, construction doesn't always go as planned. At the beginning of this video, we talked about how we were going to replace this bathroom window too, and that was in the plans, that was in the cards, but we received and ordered the wrong size window. So what we had to do is we had to do a replacement of that. So that's going to come in a few weeks. That window had about a 5-6 week lead time, so we're going to take care of and place that bathroom window later on. But for now, we painted the window wall. We got this custom molding done, and what we did as a contractor, because we don't feel it's right that the homeowner should ever eat our mistakes, because we, you know, whether it's our vendors, whether that's us, it's not right for the homeowner. They thought the entire project was going to be done in 3 to 4 days, but now we have to come back in 4 weeks later. So instead of only giving the existing scope of work, what we did was we threw in painting the entire wall. We also threw in extending that door for free. So although we can't fix the mistakes we made, we can't fix the emotional baggage and disturbing of life when we have to come back in about a month, but at least we can, you know, throw some extra goodies in there, tune up the home, and do what we can free of charge. So that's a little message, what we talked about. But otherwise, let me show you this brand new wall and this door. You guys are gonna love it, I think, and thank you so much for joining us on this project story, as we certainly enjoyed getting it done.
You want the light on?
I think it looks really good right now in the natural light.
Okay. Of course, now it's so bright and beautiful. It shows me how much this other little window down here needs to be cleaned.